What's going on, everybody? Sigourney Jackson here with another episode of Hoop Politics. I appreciate y'all for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell to stay up to date on everything that is Hoop Politics, and make sure to comment below and let me know what you want to hear about in the future. It's greatly appreciated, man. We're touching back on the Hoop Hall Classic that happened about 2 weeks ago, where Jalen Green came in and killed it and became the consensus #1 player in the country. And if you haven't already checked that video out, I'll link it somewhere up top here, and so y'all can go ahead and get into that. But the second player that I actually wanted to talk about really quick is Hunter Dickinson. Hunter Dickinson is a 7'2" center that plays for DeMatha Catholic out in Hyattsville, Maryland. The WCAC, which is one of the best, if not the best, high school conference in the country. He recently committed to Michigan University with Coach Howard back in December 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And he played against the #1 player in the country at the time during the Hoop Hall Classic, and who was also a center in Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is a 7-foot center who plays for Rancho Valley, who is committed to USC, who's supposed to be the next big thing, who has dexterity, mobility, good feet, good hands, and all the makings to be the next big time center, I guess. So I'm watching the game thinking that it's going to be really, really good. I'm going to get to see Evan and see what he does, and Hunter took the show. That's just what it was. I'm not sure if it was a bad night or whatever the case may be, but Hunter took the show. Hunter came in and got hurt in the first play of the game, bumping knees with Evan, and went down with an apparent knee injury and sat the entire first quarter, icing his knee, stretching and trying to regain mobility to be able to get out there and play. Came back in the second quarter and put on an absolute show and rung off like 7 or 9 points in a row to start the second quarter. Hit a trail three, had a hook shot, and had a dunk off the deep post position on Evan Mobley, and just showed dominance from the beginning of the game all the way into the end. And as the game continued to progress, he continued to show why he is one of the best centers in the country. He was blocking shots, he was making great passes, great reads, showing a high basketball IQ, passing from the high post area, as well as just showing great soft hands on the catch, finishing strong, allowing for offensive players to jump into his chest so that he can make a play on the ball, and just doing all the things that you would want a young center to be able to do at this stage of his career. And honestly, I don't do comparisons, but to me, he looked like a young Marc Gasol. He looks like a young Marc Gasol to me. He's got the size, he's got the skill, he has the IQ. All he has to do is just continue to play and continue to get that experience, and he's going to be a great player. But that's not what I actually want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that he finished the game. They won. DeMatha had beat Rancho Valley, and Hunter had finished the game with 30 points, like 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists. And Evan, I want to say, finished with about 22 points and a couple of rebounds as well. So Hunter gets the better of Evan. They win the game. He has a post-game interview where he basically lets the world know that, hey, look, that's y'all's #1 player in the country, not mine, and I think I'm the better player, and that's how I play every day. Which is, first of all, a testament to confidence. But not only his confidence, but his work ethic. Because you don't have that type of confidence if you don't have an incredible work ethic that backs that up. So, first of all, I want to say shout out to Hunter for that alone, and shout out for him representing the DMV well. You know, I always love that. I always love to see DMV guys do great. So that's really, really huge to begin with. With that being said, what actually surprised me was the fact that before that game happened, Hunter was the number 37 player in the country. And after that game, they came out with the new ESPN rankings where they had Jalen Green as the #1 player in the country, which means Evan has moved out of the #1 player, and he moved to actually the #2 player in the country. Where did Hunter move? Hunter went from being the number 37 player in the country to the number 36 player in the country, which to me is insanely wild. It's just wild to think that he went out there, he put on a show against the #1 player in the country. They won the game, and he showed everything that you could ask for out of a center, and he only moved up 1 spot nationally and didn't even change positions as far as his position rank is concerned. He's still considered the number 7 player in the country at his position. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up obviously because there's politics involved in that. I don't really know exactly what's going on, and I'm not even here to say that he should be the #1 center in the country. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he should be the #2. I'm not saying he should be the #3, but I think that it's feasible to say, you know what? He could have at least been the #5 or the #4. I mean, when you put on a show like that on a national stage against a guy of Mobley's caliber, you would expect to be able to get a little bit more respect than what he received. And I understand that one game isn't gonna jump you from this position to the next position and all that kind of great stuff, but I think that he was not done a good service by whoever was doing the rankings for him. With that being said, I say that not only to Hunter, but I say this to all hoopers, which is, at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control. I wanted to really just do a quick video, but that's something I definitely want to make sure that I just tell y'all. You can only control what you can control at the end of the day. When it comes to basketball, it's a lot of politics. When it comes to rankings, it's a lot of politics. When it comes to getting drafted in the NBA, it's a lot of politics. It's not as clear-cut dry as a lot of y'all might think. And this right here is a testament of that. You have a 7'2" center who played his ass off. You have somebody who is playing for one of the best team, if not the best team in the best conference in the country. He plays for Team Takeover, which is considered to be the best EYBL team every single year in the AAU circuit. So his resume as far as what he does at a high level is already there. And so then when you match it up to, all right, well, we're just going to look at the game itself. The numbers show and the win shows that he got the better. However, his position didn't much at all. With that being said, you have to remind yourself in this game all the time that you can only control what you can control, and you cannot allow what other people say about you to define who you are. You can't wait for the player over here to say, hey, you can play. You can't wait for that college offer to come in for you to say to yourself, I'm nice. That's something that you have to know for yourself. You can't get caught up in the recruitment and the rankings and the he say, she say, and this award and that award, because a lot of that stuff is just subjective. A lot of it isn't cemented in factual evidence. A lot of times this stuff is based on things that you can't put into a bottle and materialize. This is just a bunch of opinions at the end of the day. So make sure that y'all keep that in mind. Make sure that you're still going to the gym and you don't get down on yourself. For all the players out there who are doing great things, who are playing hard, who are playing great defense, who are putting up shots and doing everything needed to be a college level athlete or to possibly be an NBA pro one day. You may not be getting the love and the praise that you deserve right now, but if you continue to put in the work, you're going to get something. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get necessarily what you want, but you're going to get something that you do deserve. And if you're not able to accept that in this game, then it's not for you. That's the harsh reality of it. There's a reason why at the end of every video I always say God's in control, because truthfully He is. I've watched times where players have done all the right things and it didn't pan out for them. And I've watched players who did all the bad stuff, all the stuff that shouldn't work out for them, but it worked for them. Now that's not me giving you the door to say, oh, it doesn't matter, I should just go about it however I want. You should still prepare for greatness. You should still prepare for success. You should always expect the best and put in the best work ethic behind it. With that being said, understand that that is still not going to mean you're going to be successful on the level that you want to be successful in. I was originally supposed to put this video out yesterday, but because of the obvious news that's going on, I just wasn't really able to bring myself to drop a video the day of. But as all of you probably have heard, we've lost a legend. We've lost one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player ever. Somebody who I always looked up to, a hero in the game, a hero of mine. I always dreamed of being able to meet him. Kobe Bean Bryant, who died in a helicopter crash with his daughter Gigi Bryant, as well as 7 other passengers. And it's a very, very tough thing. I grew up watching Kobe since I was a child. He is my Michael Jordan. I played in Kobe's throughout my entire college career, and it sucks. It definitely sucks, but I don't really want to harp too much on it. I think that he did great things for the world. He did great things for the game. And let's not allow for his death or his passing to be a time to mourn and cry and give up on life. Let's continue to strive for greatness. Let's continue to be a different animal and the same beast. And my prayers and my love is sent out to all the families that are affected. And yeah, that's all I got. Peace.